from the heart of Delta State. You are tuned in to SRTV Asaba.
Yo, a very good morning to you guys. My name is Daddy. Please, I'm reaching you from SRTV London, and this is State of the Nation. What do we do here? This is where we talk about things that concern us as a nation. And as you know, and as we do it always, we always look at the difficult issues. But maybe not the conventional way. That's why we're a little bit difficult to follow. We look at it more critically. We look at what is wrong and what is right. And I can tell you one thing. I've been sitting down here for the past 3-4 years. All I have ever wanted for Nigeria is the best. And that has not changed, and it will never change. And when I am tough on some candidate or on some people on the kind of leadership we're getting, it has never been personal, and it will not be. And if you watch me carefully, I will not lie against you. Of course, I will add value. I will want to pep it up at some point. And sometimes I make that to entertain you. Otherwise, I won't lie against anybody, and I will not lie for anybody. On today's show, we'll be looking at the 2027 debate. It's going to be a show I will launch shortly, which I'm going to call the campaign trail. So the topic will not be changing. It will just be something within the campaign trail. But today, I'm not going to look at the individual candidates yet. But I'm going to look at what Nigerians to put their mind, because it's going to be you first. What you should be looking at. What is your concern? At the end of the day, it's about somebody who's going to govern you, who's going to run your affairs, and your destiny depends on it. And it is so important that we are in the picture, but in a very, very clear picture of it. Something caught my attention, and I've not had a chance to look at the debate, but I listened to Donald Duke. Some of the things he said, I quite agree with him, that Atiku Abubakar has been in the race for years, and maybe it's time for him to step aside. For me, that's not a good reason why Atiku should be or should not be in the race. And Atiku has come out to say, oh, I'm going to cut out the subsidies. I'm going to bring back subsidies so that I will relieve tensions on Nigeria. Again, that is not a reason to run for presidency, Mr. Atiku Abubakar, Elijah Atiku Abubakar. Tinubu, you have been in the race for some time. You remove all your subsidy, brave enough. But why did you actually do it? It's like you didn't have a clear vision of what you want to do before removing the subsidies. I'm probably going to use that to drive my message today. But otherwise, I'm actually looking at what Nigerians should expect. And there was a day I came on this show and I said, until we know where we are going, we will never be right. We will not, because you will not know what you are asking for. How can you make a demand if you don't know what you want? At the moment, it looks as if we Nigerians don't know what we want. And maybe we should address that. What should we be demanding from these people? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about Nigeria. And unfortunately, I think this man will manage to forgive me. I didn't have Donald Duke represented in this presentation. I didn't have my man, what's his name? The youngest among them, who has been in the race for quite some time as well. Sowore is not represented. And so are the other candidates. They are not fully represented in my debate. You know what I did? I limited to these 3 people because it looks as if I may be wrong, that one of them will be the next president. So, and so that I can concentrate a little bit more, I focus on them. But that's not to say you should vote for these people. If you think another person is better, please let that be your priority. But I am only going to say, if you're going to vote, it shouldn't be because of who these people are. Not their tribe, not their religion, not the part of the country they come from. Let the thing that concerns you most be on the top of the agenda. And I'm not going to differentiate politics from religion. I'm sure very many people went to church on Sunday. What did you really ask from God? And I'm sure today is Salah in Nigeria, they say. And I'm sure you guys are celebrating. What are you asking from God? And it is very important if you can understand what you want from God. I'm here to tell you that what you're asking from God, God has actually replicated himself on earth in the name of your government. You don't really need to ask God anymore because God has taught you how to get those things. And one of the easier way to get it is through your government. Not always, but it's 90% through your government. Because whatever these people do here affects your life. So let the next election be of concern to you. Let it be a priority that this is something that must happen and it must happen right. And I'm going to try and play with this to some extent. What I have done today is I presented these three candidates. I have Peter Obi there, I have Atiku Abubakar in the middle, and we have, of course, the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Ahmed Tinubu, on the other end. And I'm going to ask you one simple question at the end of the day. Who among them represent what you want? Who is your favorite? Is Peter Obi your favorite? Why is Peter your favorite? Because he is clean. Because Peter seemed to have the best record. I won't vote for him because of that. Now he has not stolen that he has done well as a governor. I won't vote for Peter because of that. Or are you going to vote for Atiku Abubakar because he's a more liberal candidate? He has been around. He's an Hausa man. He has been secured your vote, and he's a Muslim. Or is that why you're going to vote for him? I won't vote for him because of that. And I won't vote for Peter because he's a Christian. Rubbish. And now, why am I going to vote for Tinubu? Is Tinubu a very calculative man? He has performed well in Lagos. He has been in the office for 4 years now. Is that a reason for me to continue with him? He has taken some good steps. Is that a reason for me to continue with him? I won't vote for him. So the question is, if you ask me why I will vote for any of these candidates, is I will ask myself the most important question. What do I want to see? Which Nigeria do I want to see? I have two Nigeria presented in this flyer. If you see on one side, you have a failed Nigeria. And on the other side, we have a successful Nigeria. It doesn't represent Peter on the face side or this one on the other side. I'm just saying that these are the two images. I should have presented this image separately. And I think I did. Okay, let me put that in this better. So there's the failed Nigeria. Look at the failed Nigeria. You have people in misery, some people spending a lot of money. It's a lot of money still around, a lot of drinks celebrating, but a lot of people are in poverty. And it is disturbing. This is a failed Nigeria. All right. And then this is another Nigeria. Very prosperous. Oh, everybody, look at the kids are happy, unlike what we saw before. Now, I'm sure this is what we want. So we can visualize this Nigeria. So if we don't know the Nigeria we want, the question is, how do we get here? We don't want this Nigeria. We don't want this failed Nigeria, where some people have a lot of money, they are misusing, they are misbehaving, children are in room. That's the current Nigeria we see, unfortunately. But we all want this beautiful Nigeria, this green Nigeria, where kids are happy in school. We have agricultural products. We can see a lot of industries, people at work. Maybe this is the Nigeria we need. And I'm sure that's the Nigeria you need. But it might not necessarily be. So, if we all want this Nigeria, like Donald Duke said, the question is, which approach is going to get here? And I'm going to be I'm going to be religious. I'm going to give instances of where it has happened. And in fact, in the past few days, I've been talking about where it has happened. But today, perhaps I want to use religion. And maybe show you a more practical sense of it. So let me actually come up with this flyer. I used two different couples to tell us how we're going to get to the new Nigeria. And this is in line with biblical interpretation of everything I'll do today. And just before we go deep into this, if you look at what I wrote there, I said beyond spending to nation building. A question of vision, not distribution. These are very big words. And I'm going to break it down. Now, let's take it one by one. The Bible tells us that in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Every day I ask people, so God created heavens and earth. The heavens is pluralized. We are descendants of Adam and Eve, but they were heavens created by God. We know there's one earth, but there are plenty heavens. Now, don't take my theology for this, but I'm going to interpret my own theology of it, which may not be correct. But I doubt if there's any other meaningful explanation to this. When the Bible said there are heavens and earth, the only thing I want to say is, before I move on, is, but the same Bible tells us that he created man, and on the seventh day he rested. He said to his people, let us create man in our own image and likeness. And the only instruction God actually gave to us, go and look at it, there was no commandment. God never gave us law at the beginning. We were free to enjoy ourselves as much as we wanted in the Garden of Eden. Actually, the first heaven created was the Garden of Eden. And if you listen carefully, God drove Adam and Eve from heaven. So heaven was not created somewhere. God does not live in heaven, because God was living somewhere before he created the heavens and the earth. The heavens where he kept Adam and Eve, when they offended him, he kicked them out of that heavens. And he said, from today, since you didn't listen to me, you will create your own heavens. Oh, yeah. And that was all God did. I created you and I put you in heaven. Now you are too impatient to wait. Somebody else told you that you can get it better, you can get it faster, and you follow that. From today, you now go and create your heavens. If you create your heavens, I'll welcome it. God is a Lord. Oh God, that man has principle. So let's take a look at it. And I'm now looking at this, the way God works. And I said, there's something that really happened and which we cannot deny. Did God hate us from that moment? No. But God now asks us to play by a rule. The rule is we should be productive. If you are not productive, what will happen to you? You will be hungry. Because from that moment, he said to Adam, from today, since you don't want to enjoy this free one, since you want to think for yourself, all right, fair enough. You are not like me. So I don't need to create heaven for you. Now create your own heavens. It was not a curse, really. It was saying, okay, now that you felt that you can do it yourself, create your heaven, man. So from that day, to be fair to man, man has been creating. That's why the Bible said, till the land. And from that day, the dynamics of heaven and earth changed. It wasn't a curse. And to the woman, he said, you, before you give birth, you will suffer. Birth was no more going to be easy coming out. From that moment, we need to suffer, because as it was before, it was supposed to be easy coming. And now let's take a look at it. If you look at the two images I have here, I have two couples. Because the new order has been in place. It wasn't a curse. It was a new order. And in this new order, I can explain. We have the one on the other side, we have couple one. These couples just say, listen, we're not gonna suffer. We're not gonna suffer. We're gonna enjoy our life. We're gonna have sex, we're gonna have drinks, we're gonna have fun. and we're going to have a life. And they decided not to have kids. And then this other couple, they decided to say, hey, but God said we should work, we should reproduce. My wife, you can make babies. The best thing to do for us to continue in this world, or for this world to continue really, is we get to have babies. And they decided to have 2 kids. Now let's take a look at this. The couple that refuse to be unproductive will lead to extinction. This world will come to an end. You see what I show here? There will be no continuity. And actually, if Adam and Eve didn't give birth to babies and there were no more babies born, the world would have ended. That's why the Bible said women we are saved by virtue of childbearing. Go and read your Bible. And now, if you look at this side, the only reason we see talking today is because people are producing. And look at it. If God really created only Adam and Eve, look at the world today. Almost 5-10 billion people. I'm sure we're up to 5 billion people on earth. This is now the creation of man. And you get to give man some credit, man. But God, that's why God was never against us. He was not angry. He said, now, since you guys are not like us, now work like us. I don't need to work anymore. You do the remaining work. And I'm going to say something to you, bro. As you go to church on Sunday to go and disturb God to give you something, God has given it to you. On this earth right now, you see beautiful women. You see handsome men. It's either you decide to take one and begin to live a life beautifully, or you choose to enjoy yourself with runs. Do runs, you're going to get to menopause, there will be no baby. You are gone. You are an extinction. Not vessel. I'm saying something today that women may not like. If you cannot naturally give birth, I don't have anything to say about that. But if you choose not to give birth, you are a cost to womanhood. And any couple that goes into marriage just to have fun, this is the end of it. You will be extincted from the great face of the earth. There will be nobody to carry your legacy on. But even if you not choose to carry baby, you know it is not easy. It comes with pain. Do you know how long a woman have to carry a baby for 9 months, and the man have to accommodate it because as she's pregnant, is the man carrying the body? No, honey, I'm this. Honey, I'm this. Is the man actually suffering? At that moment, she needs all the care. She needs all the love, and you get to give it to her. So it is 2 people that give birth to these new babies. And these new babies, in fact, they are the ones that grow the earth. This one have nothing to grow the earth. They've enjoyed themselves. They are gone. This one's not grow the earth. Look at how beautiful the earth going to look like. So while this earth is ruined, this one is multiplying. You know, I want to use this analogy again and again on this show. My father will say something. He said, I was telling him that this girl was stupid, so I left her alone. He said, my father said, what? You don't leave women alone. I said, sir, what do you mean? He said, if you leave them alone, there will be no baby. He said that they worry that thing before picking will come. If you don't disturb the woman, pom-pom, will there be baby? You need to disturb the pom-pom for baby to come. So nobody leaves women alone. So meaning you get to keep working. Your wife didn't get pregnant this month. You keep pumping her. You need touching her so that baby will come. All right. Let's not go into that one. That's too uncomfortable. Let's talk about the easy part. What I really want to say is, this is an example of how a nation grows. A nation does not grow because you are enjoying, squandering the little thing. You have your body, your money to spend, and you are spending it to yourself. No, it is when you grow it, when you cultivate it, and you now produce human beings who are now going to take over from you, that the world goes on. And this is just the two different between the 2 different worlds. When God says create your heavens, it means now I have created you. Create now other nations. Anybody you create is a nation. Anybody created is a nation. What happened? My screen just went blank. Okay. Anybody create is a nation. So the question is, let me now bring this to our country, Nigeria. Are we productive? Is Nigeria the couple 2 or we are couple 1? We all want to be couple 2, but couple 2 is not easy. Couple 2 involve taking care of your wife, getting her timely, getting her pregnant, not waiting for 9 months for baby to come, and helping her and their wife to grow this baby, and the baby becomes a human being. Today I was grateful to somebody, and he didn't know I mean it. I was saying to him, it's not more or less the father of my wife right now. And I said to him, thank you. Thank you. He said, why? He didn't understand. I said, thank you for nursing this baby. Because if at the end of the day, if the wife you're marrying today, if nobody sent her to school, they didn't train her, they didn't feed her, what kind of wife would you meet now? You're meeting a beautiful wife, but somebody got her to work things, and I am grateful. So I'm trying to say that it is not an easy task to bring up children. So it is not supposed to be easy growing the new Nigeria we want. And I interpret this new Nigeria as heaven and hell. If you watch the beginning, God did not create hell. God created heaven and earth. He created the earth. The earth has not changed. But inside the earth, there is heaven. One of the heavens is actually Garden of Eden, where he kept Adam and Eve at the beginning. I'm sure God created other heavens, because in the beginning, the Bible said God created the heavens and the earth. That explains why, even when Cain, God killed his only brother, there may be other heavens where he went to tap and get a wife, and otherwise wait for see wife. Adam and Eve don't owe that time. Where King for see wife marry? Anyway, that's beyond the remit of my discussion. But what I want to say is, as we now approach this 2027 election, and we are now looking at these 3 men, the question is, who is going to turn Nigeria to that productive nation? Who is going to give us a failed Nigeria, an unproductive nation, or a successful Nigeria, a prosperous nation? It is not going to be easy being a parent, because that is the most difficult task. You are now responsible for somebody you brought to the world. The child will go to school. You will feed the child. The child is very expensive. From the day you give birth to that child, you will continue to feed the child until he grows. He goes to school. Even when he becomes, sometimes he rebels. The way we rebel with God. You don't hate the child. You still take the child back until the child grows. And the benefit of it is that when you are dead, the child will bury you. That's what we know in Rogoland. And even the car that you cannot buy now, is the child turn to buy it tomorrow. So the things you cannot do tomorrow, is your child that's going to do it. So giving birth is the best thing you can do. So the question is, who among these 3 is going to give us a productive Nigeria? I'm going to analyze that. It's something I've been analyzing. I've been talking about a productive Nigeria. I've been talking about it. And when you see giving birth to children alone, if you don't educate them, they're going to be wayward. These children now need training. You're going to show them love with training. Are we training our people we're giving birth to so they can take over? Can they compete with the rest of the world? Because that's one thing every parent does. And I want to give Nigerian parents, especially those of us from the South, whether we have money or not, our children must go to school. Though, because as far as we're concerned, that is the only way you can bring up a good child, a child that will represent you tomorrow. The government has failed us in the kind of education, but as parents, we've done our own bit. And for those who have little money, they send their children abroad. I've been protesting against it. But the truth is, that is how a true parent think. He thinks, what should I give to my child to grow? And then now people, as these 3 men here, are they thinking in that direction? Let me put it in the real practical sense. Oil subsidy. That's going to be the debate. Which of them is going to bring oil subsidy back? Which one is going to bring it? Not going to bring it. Rubbish. Somebody that promised you to bring back oil subsidy is your enemy, number 1. Somebody that said, oh, we should continue as it is your enemy, number 2. The truth is, Look at what I show here. In the prosperous Nigeria, there will be refineries. There will be refineries. You see, I'm going to fast forward a little bit because this is where Jesus Christ came. Jesus Christ gave us a story of a man. Exactly what he compares us with the kingdom of heaven. That a man gave his servant 1 5, 1 3, 1 1, according to their abilities. And he left. The one with 5 planted his own and he multiplied. The one with 3, he multiplied his own. But the one with 1 said, this man is very greedy. I better keep his money. When he comes back, I'll give him his money. You know the rest of the story. The man was upset. He said, I should have kept my money in the bank. Why did I give it to you if you cannot multiply it? So anybody that cannot multiply what God has given to him, it will be taken from him. Now God gave us oil. Have we multiplied the oil? Instead, Tinubu wait for oil to be taken out, refined and brought back to us. That is the debate of the subsidy. We are against nature. We are against the creation. We are against God. God is offended. Because God did not give us oil that we should give it to others to refine for us. He gave it to us so that we can refine it. And as at that time when we didn't know how to refine it, we are forgivable. But now we can. If ordinary people in the creek, like I said yesterday, cannot go and refine oil, they can turn crude into diesel, petrol, and all. And we as a country cannot do that. Any leader like Oboriwori who is not thinking in that direction is a waste of space. Tinubu is a waste of space. And anybody that's telling you, I'm going to, like Atiko is saying now, I'm going to bring back subsidy. Because that's to say, you're not thinking of how to refine your fuel. You are a waste of space. And you know what? God will cost you. It will be taken away from you and given to those who produce. We don't want that from Nigeria. So we're going to kick your ass out. So people, let the debate be who can refine our oil. Not who's going to pay more money so that we get it cheaper. That is a cost land. God has given us a beautiful deposit, oil in our land. It needs to be refined. And so that yesterday I was asking myself, and it was part of my show yesterday, how can it be so difficult if we have all the universities that we cannot refine oil? If there's something missing in our education, we get to feel it now. And we're going to start refining. It must not be the massive one as Oyibo do their own, but we must be able to create our own small modular refinery that works for us. Slowly, we're going to grow our own. With time, they're going to come and copy the same thing that they thought was a shit, because Oyibo learn, they are not greedy, they are not that proud. When they see that you are doing the right thing, they come and learn from. So now we've seen the way they are refining oil. We can create our own small modular refineries. Than somebody telling you that I'm going to take out subsidy or I'm going to keep subsidy. Tinubu, you know my anger with Tinubu. So let me say it again, Mr. Tinubu. Let me bring them in, because one by one we're going to talk about them. About Tinubu is a big shame. Sir, you did the right thing. You want to remove subsidies because you want to save Nigerian economy. I was thinking that when you do that, your next action will be to declare a state of emergency on refining fuel. In your face, Dangote is not refining fuel. Oh, the state cannot do business. Oh, I heard that a lot. But Dangote can suffer, can go and work and make money that Nigerian government want to collect tax. But you, this Tinubu, could not do that. You are a big shame. That's why you're not coming back, sir. Now, I'm not going far. I'm going to use this as a case study. And I'm going to declare my position. It doesn't mean what I want is not what is going to happen in Nigeria. But if I am running for office, this is how I'm going to think, because I will be on the ballot in 2031. Tinubu is a disgrace. It's a shame. No, he did not because he removed subsidies, because he did not translate it into something meaningful. Look at what Tinubu is doing. Tinubu is now sharing the income, the savings with people like them, Oboriwori, who are now constructing bridges. What a punishment, what a curse on a nation. Tinubu, you are a big curse on Nigeria by that action. And you will have been the same like that tenant who God gave something and couldn't use it. God will take it from you. And unfortunately, that's what God's going to do. You are a disgrace. Now, let's look at Atiku. I'm coming back because we're going to look at these faces again and again today. Nobody's my friend today. Atiku said he's going to bring back subsidy, right? He said, when Nigerians are suffering. So the only solution is to bring back subsidy. You're out of your mind, sir. We don't need subsidies. Needing subsidies like, I always say something. Somebody have gonorrhea. You are using a Vaseline to rub on the surface of the genitals. You're not going to be cured. If you have gonorrhea, you need antibiotics. Without antibiotics, you will die there. And you know what's so funny in all these things? God is looking at you, and you will die. God will be looking at you because you're stupid. God don't deal with stupid people. God does not have time for waste. Right now, Nigeria is a waste, and Atiku is now turning out to be another waste. You're telling us that you're going to bring back subsidy? No, sir. If you had spoken to us that you're going to create modular refineries, and don't just say it, tell us how it's going to happen. So the debate today, Nigeria, is not whether we're going to bring subsidies back. We don't need subsidies. Because, listen, subsidies, the issue of debate of subsidy will naturally go away, because if we start to refine our own fuel, then there's no need bringing it in. So there will be no need for subsidies. It is made here. It is answered already. The solution is production. Refining what God has given to us. The tenant given to those people. We need to refine it so that God will bless us. God is angry. And for those of you that went to church on Sunday, God is not with you. He's not happy with you. And I'm sorry. You are in a cursed land. Now let's take a look. So Atiku, I beg, forget that your toffee ideology. And let's look at Peter Obi. Again, I know you guys think I'm biased. If you ask Peter, Peter will prioritize productivity. Like I said, and somebody was angry with me at one time. Actually, I think somebody was on my show, and I only said something that I agree with what Peter is saying, and he flared up, and I can understand him. Because he's not here to debate other candidates, to debate himself. And I could understand why he was angry. But hey, I can understand Peter, because he's the first one that said we need to move the picture from that revenue we are sharing into production. So it's a question of vision beyond spending to nation building. How do you build a nation? By importing fuel. How do you build it? By just banning it and letting Dangote do it. Then Tinubu should have gone into massive production. And you know what? This is so simple. Charge Nigerian universities. Oh, how many universities do we have? You must have your modular refineries, and you will see production. Tinubu is not so hard. My princess, my daughter in Benin will say, life not hard though. Life is not hard. Because for God to give you an assignment, He will give you what to achieve it. God has given us a nation. We have been so stupid or been clever to have universities. These are universities, they are people with knowledge. Maybe the knowledge is not complete, but don't tell me Nigerian university, if you go to the petrochemical engineering department, that they are novice when it comes to how to refine crude oil. That would be wrong. That would be an insult to them. So why don't we work with them and say, now, not your stupid theory. It's time to put it into practice now. We need a refinery. We need a refinery. A modular one. Anywhere it is, whatever it takes. Now I want to see it happening. I don't want to hear excuses. I want to see it happening now. Delta State University, you have your own. Uniben, you have your own. Uniport, you have your own. Let there be creativity in refining fuel. Before you know it, all the fuel we'll be selling to neighboring countries will be made by us. How can that be so hard? That I'm offended, and in the 2027, in the year 2026, we are still debating how to import fuel or not to import fuel, or how to do this, where our priority will just be, let us make fuel, it is our own, and we sell it. We use the one we use, and we sell the one we made in excess. How can that be so hard? How can that be a difficult thing to talk about? Where on earth can that debate be going on? Anywhere they discuss that thing alone, we are do this race. Let me come to the practical how it has happened on earth. Here, not in heaven. Again, I'm going to go back to India. I'm going to go back to Egypt. They've done it. In the past, Britain were buying, in fact, they were not buying most of them. They were collecting cotton. They pay, they have their way of doing things from India and Egypt. And in Africa, they take it to England. They will make cottons, make some beautiful clothes, garments, and sell to us. We're happy. Okay. When Egypt got independence, when India got independent, the first thing they said to them, "Sir, no, we're not going to sell you our cottons. We're not going to sell you our wool. We're not selling anything. We're going to process it. If you want to buy from us, okay." And that was what they did. India started producing one of the best cottons in the world. Now, hello, Egypt. That was why the man said, "I'm going to make Egypt the Japan of the Middle East." He had it clear. Baba, we won't sell you our cottons. We're going to process it. Nigerians should be saying today, we will not sell you our crude. We're going to process it, Nigerians. Hey, we're going to process it. And it is by all means necessary. Whatever I'm going to do on my first few days in office is to produce, is to refine it. And somebody said it's impossible. I can look at that weak man. Some people are so weak. I saw one man talking today, talking like a weak, you get better dates for RS television, saying what the woman said is impossible. Nothing is impossible if you want to achieve it. In 100 days in office, Nigeria should be producing fuel. That is for export. And when you declare a state of emergency, now all the money, all my emphasis is going to be there. We will start producing fuel. We'll start refining it. It's not as if we're going to even produce it. And we're going to sell fuel to the rest of the world. Do we still have the debate on whether there's subsidies or not? Please, I don't want to hear debate on subsidies or no subsidies. Peter will remain my man. I'm biased, yes. And Peter, I am saying this to you clearly. I don't get all your vision clearly, but if your vision don't get to this, now me go fair draw your blockbuster. Because at least you understand that we cannot depend on import. That we get to be productive. Refinery will be one of them. I am sure you're going to tell me that the Nigerian university cannot get refineries when people in the creek, they can refine it. They go to the creek now. You see people refining crude and they are selling it. Meaning it's not that hard. Nigerian government is lazy. Oboriwori is a lazy fat ass. Tinubu is another lazy ass. All they get is wait for oil money, crude sales to come and share. And that is why they make them good people. And then they use the money to construct stupid roads. That is a weak government. We need to get rid of Oboriwori. We need to get rid of Tinubu. I am saying it with all respect. They have caused us damages. It's a goodbye to these two men. I'm probably not going to be able to change it. I am not afraid to say it, my mind. And I have just said it. And I'm going to be in that bloody ticket come 2027. If Peter can't change them, I will be in the ticket. And if Peter does not do what I see, if Peter is doing the whole thing, I will join his government. Because the essence of it is not to change and change and change. Does Peter get the vision? Is he brave enough? Because Peter is in a way kind of too soft. But I'm sure the guy is going to be tough when he gets to office. But let me say this clearly. Don't tell me you want to solve our insecurity problem. I'm coming to that now. Daddy K, I'm in trouble. But I have to do this. This is what God said I should be doing. We need a productive nation, my people. We want to be the couple that gives birth, not the couple that doesn't give birth. We don't want to see a destructive Nigeria. This is a destructive Nigeria. We want a productive Nigeria. And we're only going to get there by the idea of saying, one, I've just addressed only one aspect of it. Refineries should be done. I don't even talk. I don't just talk. I give solutions. And I give you how it is done. I've given you how it is done in Egypt, how it is done in India, how they got their independence. But let's not even go there. If this refinery is being done, if ordinary people in the local creek, they can refine crude, How can our university not be able to refine crude? And how much is it going to cost us, sir, compared to what we're going to get? You see, when the people go, you see this couple that used to have baby, is it cheap? Is it free? No, tell me. Let's bring them back. Is it free? No. Is it free? I said I was grateful to my in-law today for raising up my wife because it wasn't free. The girl didn't just grow up and you have a wife. Somebody spent money. They trained her. They brought her up. It wasn't free. And if you can appreciate that, then you will respect productivity. You respect any couple that have children. When they walk on the road, they carry baby. Have you seen a woman on the street? The one carrying baby is always pulling a trolley. If you come to London, they always pulling trolley. They are always inconvenienced. They are not alone. They have a burden with them. It will be easier to dress nice and walk on the street freely, but she's carrying a burden. There is always level of productivity. It comes with pain, but there will be profit. That is the couple Nigeria should be. We should be a productive couple. May God bless any couple. Any couple today that takes the pain to give childbirth in the world, may God bless you. Because you already have the blessing of God. And women, don't take it like a joke. You are saved by virtue of childbearing. Go and read your Bible. God will respect you. Your sin is forgiven. The moment God said you will have to give birth by pain, the moment you do that, you are saved. I don't know where they said they're going to send women to hell. Who's going to send them to hell? They are saved already. In Jesus' name. So let us look at this. It's a difficult topic. Now, I am asking you, who among these candidates do you think, it's not me, I'll go for Peter, that can be productive? And my message is to them, let me put the three of them here. Sir, actually, I have nothing against whoever becomes the president of Nigeria. If Peter becomes the president, he's in Nigeria. If Atiku is the president, he's in Nigeria. If Tinubu becomes the president, I am happy. If he continues, I'm happy with him. But this is where I'm not happy. By the time you are not productive, you know where you are taking us to? Tinubu, look back of your head. That's what we want to see. We don't want to fail Nigeria. And by the time you choose to live the life of these people on the left-hand side, drinking and enjoying yourself, spending the little money we have, then you are leading us to a failed Nigeria. That's why we don't want you. Or that's why I will be against you. Otherwise, any of these three guys, they have their own merit. I've analyzed it on my show before. I don't think Peter comes from Nigeria. He's a different being. He's alien to us. His character is alien to Nigeria. I've never seen somebody so decent like Peter. In fact, it should be the pride of Nigeria today. And I can say it anywhere. You have Peter as president when he's walking past. Oh, it'd be like when the Jesus is passing, everybody get cured. You will be cured by virtue of Peter being around you. Because his cleanliness, his righteousness, we're going to touch on you. And you'll say, that's Peter, he's a righteous human being. And I can say that. There's Atiku. Atiku is one of the person with all the followings across the 36 states of the country. And if you don't get it, Atiku, one of Atiku's wife, Naibo. Atiku, whether he's a Muslim or not, he's a liberal man. Whether you like Atiku or not, he's one of the most liberal human beings you see there. Yes, he's a Muslim, but he's a very, very liberal human being. And he has a cut across the country. Of course, Tinubu is one of the best you're going to have. Tinubu is an expert in relationship. And it's not easy to keep relationships. So that is one of the biggest strengths you need to have as a human being. Keeping relationship. I am not good at that. When you annoy me, I tell you to go to hell. Tinubu don't do that. He knows he's going to need you tomorrow. But he keeps it. He knows that you're a human being, you're going to offend him. So Tinubu has done well. So in any case, I don't give a rat ass who become the president. Any of them that becomes will be my man. But what I cannot stand is when you are unproductive, you're leading us to doom. I don't want to see that. I want to see a productive Nigeria. And so as I'm here now, I am praying and I'm begging God to put these things into the minds of these people. We don't need your toffee ideology. We cannot cure ourselves. We cannot cure our gorilla with Vaseline. We need antibiotics. Antibiotics is bitter. Gonorrhea, we just put it there. It will not do anything. It's nice to just rub it on top of your thing. It's like you're even massaging yourself. But with antibiotics, it's going to go and destroy something. That's what you need. We need antibiotics, sir. We don't need you to tell us something sweet. Because something sweet is not going to deliver Nigeria. You're going to be that productive couple. Not let the woman rest. Hammer around for night. Let baby come. And the baby, we're going to take care of the baby. So that the baby will come to make more babies and we can become a greater nation. May God bless Nigeria. So, but you see, for the purpose of this presentation today, I wanted to drag the issue in front of us. That I used refineries. Now I'm going to use other instances now. So that you can appreciate what I'm talking about. What is the mission? Where are we going? Again, you see, I use the word. The mission is this. And I said, it's not even on this flyer. But if you see what I'm talking about, my mission is to make Nigeria a prosperous nation and number one on earth. Yeah. And somebody say, you are dreaming, but how can I be dreaming? Somebody got it. The person when you get 20 head. America started from somewhere, they are where they are today. Britain started from nowhere, with all their mistakes, they are where they are today. Japan started. Japan actually, they suffer their own people. They are where they are today. Is the India of yesterday that we cannot be like? So we can be the greatest nation on earth. First, you get to believe in the Bible. You first to confess it. That the Christians confess it. And now we're going to believe it unto righteousness. And it will come to pass. And when we put that faith to work, Jesus Christ said, if we have the faith as small as the mustard seed, if we say move, the mountain will move. Do you hear that? Or where did you go in the Bible? Where are you? You went to church on Sunday. You're doubting me now. But Jesus Christ said, if you have faith as small as the mustard seed, tell this word to move, it will move. Your pastor will go there and sleep with your wife because of it. You're not listening. When the priest is talking, you don't listen. Because I don't say Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. That one I say Jesus, Jesus, go sleep with your wife tomorrow. You go look at it, run. Run! You should be ashamed of yourself. Because the pastor is preaching a better message than that. Unfortunately. The message of God is not in the pulpit anymore. The message of God is what you're hearing now. God did not create you and say you come to worship him on Sunday. Oh, God is looking for who to worship him. That's why he created you. You're so stupid, man. If somebody asked me one day, say, why are we in this world? And I said, well, it took me time. I was careful. And I said to inherit the earth. That's what I said at the end of the day. God didn't create you to inherit the earth. God created you to continue creation. Because on the 7th day, the man rested. And he said, you now continue from where I stopped. Hello? So if somebody asks you, why did God create you? He created you so that you can continue to create his creation. So that, because he created you in his image and likeness, so that you can be like him and do exactly what he's doing. And like I said, human beings have done that. And I want to say to you Nigerians, the Chinese have created their heavens. Why do they pray? Maybe say you won't go heaven. Some people don't create their own heaven. Americans have created their heavens. That's why when you go there, there's light, there's peace, there's tranquility, even when they have their own fault. If you come to Britain, they've created heaven. Hunger are not the key in here. Where are you, sir? You went to church on Sunday. You're waiting for heaven that you're going to go. When you don't die. Also, heaven is a place of mortuary. Only people that are there, they are the ones that go to heaven. Are you out of your mind? Heaven is here. Create it now. So your children will inherit heaven. Oh my God. You see, it's like your children are part of you. If you create a better Nigeria, it means you are enjoying the better Nigeria. Because it's your fruit, it's what you work today, that will enjoy the fruit of tomorrow. If your children now wake up in a beautiful Nigeria, are you not the one enjoying it? Because your children comes from you. They are part of you. Your child is you. Because a woman can understand this better. Somebody you carry in the stomach for months. You came out now, and the person is inheriting the beautiful world you created. It's you inheriting it because that baby is part of you. It grew inside of you, man. I am the one that put the sperm in there. So it's the same thing. It's me that grew inside of you. And it's going to inherit the new earth. So the new heavens we are talking about, you must not be alive. This body will die off. but your spirit has been transferred. That's why if you don't give birth to a child on earth, you are a waste of space. You are extincted. You are bye-bye. It is a curse to man to come to this world not to reproduce. Call it procreation. Not vessel. For those of you who couldn't do it, I understand. But if you decide not to do it, you are a curse. And I'm not afraid to tell you that. Go and deal with your pains. God did not create you to come and just stay here. Because the new heavens that is going to be inherited, it's not going to be inherited by your body. It's going to be inherited by your offspring. And our offspring lives on. I am the offspring of somebody. And my offspring will continue. Why do I think that I inherited something from my father? My father was dying. He left a lot of things for me. That's how I want to leave certain things for my children. It's a curse on any man not to leave something for the children. It's a big curse. The biggest curse on you is for you not to think of what are my children going to benefit when I leave this world. What am I leaving out for them? That's the best. Because your children will be the one to inherit the new Nigeria. You may not be physically dead. I don't know when they tell you that you're going to die. When your body dies, it's gone. But you live in the nature of your children. The question is, what do you want your other body to look like? Do you want them to suffer in the dirty Nigeria, or you want them to enjoy? Because this is what your children might look like. Look at them. Or you want them to look like these ones. The choice is now for me and you to make. And it is 2027 election. We don't need any idiot that is going to tell us how they're going to spend money. We want somebody who can help us to build this nation. So that when our physical body is dead, our children will inherit the heaven they're talking about. Heaven is not somewhere else. Heaven is here. And if you think you're not going to inherit the heaven, you are going to give birth to children who will inherit heaven. The people who will go away are those who refuse to be productive. And God did not create you unproductive. It is what you did that made you unproductive. Mona vessel. I know people are going to take this harsh. God did not create any human being unproductive. That's why he created you pom-pom, he created you boom, he created you everything. He didn't create you unproductive. If you have been unproductive at some of the decisions you have taken, my guy, go and change it now. In Jesus' name. So as we work on this difficult journey together, we have an election in front of us. We want a nation builder, not a spender. Tinubu, you have been very, very lavish. All you have done so far is spend our money. And that equals you to a curse. Now, you are not a curse because of you are evil. Because you are not following what God wants us to do. God wants us to be a productive nation, Mr. Tinubu. He didn't say we should go and sell the diesel we have or the oil we have, the small crude we have, and then import diesel and fuel. No. He said we should refine it and sell. That is a productive nation. He said we should have kids. Our children will inherit a greater Nigeria. The Nigeria I'm talking of today, I'm not going to be physically here to inherit it. That's why I'm not going to die. You know why? I'm not dead. I may be dead physically. My father is not dead. I am my father. I am his offspring. I am Ashaiku. You see me? I am my father. He's not dead. If you think he's dead, you're making a big mistake. He's in me. He lives in me. He's the same man that is here now. If it's not, who gave birth? How did I come about? I came from his body and from his soul and from his spirit. That's why I'm here. So the question is, my father was fighting so that I live in heaven. So that the life he lives, my own, will be better than his. We cannot create our heavens, my people. Americans have created theirs. The Japanese have created their own. I'm living in one now. People, but they created them. I'm not part of them. I am not partaker in their destiny. It's all in the Bible. Question is, do I want to create one for my children? I might create them here and create them back. Whatever decision I make, it's going to decide how God will look at me. As long as my children don't live in heaven. I have failed. So God did not ask you to come and serve him. God did not create man to come and serve him. No, he created man so that we can create heavens. And let me tell you who benefits in all. I was saying one day, I said, well, God, you're very selfish. God is a very selfish being. You don't know. Wait, who owns this world? If you look at the earth, it was not like this. The beginning when God created it, they said his spirit was roving around the earth because it was empty. But today, come down in Heathrow Airport, you see what man has created to the glory of God. Who owns this world? We all can die. All those things will not die. This world is not going to come to an end. Though. We can die, but the world will continue to grow because God is benefiting from our existence. He worked for it, so he's enjoying it now. That's why he can look around the world and he can see Japan. He can look around the world and can see the light coming from Australia. He can look around the world and can look at it. In fact, you can see during the millennium, no, not millennium, Happy New Year. You can see how human being, the different light coming. God is up watching to his joy. But you know, we're going to do better. You want more of the heavens. That's why you are created. Not to serve him, but to create heaven for him. He created you, and he's now resting so that you can create the heavens for him. Please give glory to God. When you want to give glory to God, don't start to clap for him. Oh God, I pray to. He doesn't need that. By the time you grow the place, you grow the earth, and you make the earth so productive, you are doing great things for God. God will be blessed. Thank you very much. So that is what part of my message today. The 2027 election is here. We have Peter Obi, we have Atiku. They are all children of God. But how much they will be accepted will depend on how they choose to be productive. They can be productive. And they must be productive. And we are almost there. And if we can understand this, it will help us to choose how we're going to create a heaven in Nigeria. Are we going to create our own heavens? Or we're going to continue to live in misery? My people, this is hell. Nigeria as it is right now is partially hell. And it is not true that all those people who have money today, they may be living in their small heaven, but their children will inherit hell. Buhari died on his way. He died in the United Kingdom. That is a man that died in hell. Because your body is being carried away to somewhere else. That's not how God planned it. You should die in your own land. So your children will bury you. And your children will inherit the good things you have done. If you go and die abroad, somebody want to treat you, Tinubu want to be treated, now you go abroad. He's going to die abroad. That's a cause. We can do better. And we are calling on, we don't need this kind of Nigeria. We don't need the hell. We need the heaven Nigeria. That's what I share with you today. In this heaven Nigeria, it's not going to come for free. It's going to come like a woman who used to, like the couple who used to take the pain to give birth, so that the heaven will come out. The heaven will not come out if these people, if you just don't want to give birth, you die like this. So, like this couple, they just enjoy themselves and they die. That's what Tinubu is doing now. Or Borivori, this is what they're doing now. They're spending the money. Not asking. If oil stop tomorrow, where will we be? This is the life, Tinubu and Borivori, that's what the life they've shown us. It's not too late to Borivori. If you can turn around now and say, okay, no, I want to start producing, I want to now generating Nigeria. I want to have a Delta state that will be rich, that will tomorrow will live in heaven in Delta state. You will see God will begin to bless you. And our children will begin to thank you for what you have done. You see, anything we're doing today, the people here in the UK, they are grateful to their forefathers. American kids, they remember their history because what their forefathers have done for them. That's why they go and they quote what their forefather did. Baba, make you do something so we will remember it, so our children will remember us now. Say, this is what this Nigerian Lord did. This is what this Nigerian did for the good of Nigeria. Let us begin to have heroes. Right now, they are lacking. That's why I reminded Tinubu that this democracy you are messing up with, somebody died for it. Abiola died. for this democracy. That's why we have June 12. So don't play with it. Because the spirit of those people will begin to taunt you and you will not see peace. So I will not curse you this morning. I pray for you. Today is Salah, and we're thanking all of you that will go to church, to mosque, and to go and disturb God. I thank you for that. But just know that God created you. Be you a Muslim, be you a Christian. The only reason he created you is not to serve him. He doesn't need your service. Come on, get out of it. You dirty thing that goes to pool. What does God need your service for? I'm happy Muslims are very good. They wash their body before they pray to God. You are dirty. You think you can wash your body when shit inside you? You cannot be clean. You are unclean. God does not look at that. God created you to create. And when you do that, the way he said to women that they are saved by virtue of childbearing, women have a place in heaven. Just give birth, you are saved. Men, if you are not productive, you are condemned. Your condemnation does not come from the things you can do. The things, oh, I killed somebody. God is even laughing. Because it's only a low-life human being that will be killing. You are mentally bankrupt. You need cure. A normal human being will not be killing because you're not a human being. A normal human being will be productive. That's the way society moves forward. And I really challenge us today, as we go into the next election, to demand the right things from our leaders. I only use the issue, the case of childbearing and refineries to analyze this. Now, let me ask you people one question. This is a very simple one, and I think you guys can understand this. How do you think God will be looking at us when you go to church on Sunday? Very many of you looking at me, that there's no food to eat in our place. No food. Okay. The question is, did God give you a fertile land? He said yes. Did he give you hands? He said yes. So why are you hungry? Oh, you couldn't obey God because God said, till the land. And you are telling him to give you food. You think he's going to give you food? You will die. Let me tell you this. God has given you heaven, he gave you enough to eat. He only instructed you to till the land. Even the language, one of the versions of the Bible says, we dress the land. Would that be too much difficult task for you to do so that you have enough food to even give out? Nigerians have so much. So much. Anywhere you turn to Nigeria is food. I was watching, I begin to watch these African villages. Have you looked at them? Those guys, they just go around the corner and they just catch one animal and they come and they're killing animals to eat. Oh. They go and catch the biggest fish and they prepare it to eat. Do you know how much fish we have in our water, in our rivers? Fish. You just need to put the net and you have food to eat. And now, you just need to maybe, now, Nigeria is doing well in cassava. Do you know only cassava farming alone can be one of the greatest things we need to do on earth? And now you refuse to do all these ones. You come to church on Sunday and you are disturbing the man. And he has given you heaven, you refuse to till it. Now, what is he going to do? Oh, I'm going to feel sorry. I'm going to take from the rich people and give it to you. The Bible didn't tell us that. Jesus Christ is the one that told us that. The one that actually multiplied the money. The one that have nothing was taken and given to him. That's exactly what is going on. Nigeria will be given to China, technically and otherwise, if we don't cultivate our land. Because what Oborivori just did is, oh, we want Chinese to come and own the companies. I'm talking now, one another. Because Oborivori, that is what he just did. Now we are not intelligent enough. We are not human enough. We are not smart enough. So what we need is bring a Chinese to come and run our companies so that we work for them. We have been going through that. We have been in that slavery for years. I thought we were not trying to free ourselves from that. Let me explain that to you, Oborivori. When you bring a Brazilian to come and own the farm, how is it different from the case of the Bible where God said, whatever the 1 pound that is left, the one tenner that was left with the last one is taken from and given to the one that already have. In their land, they till their land. So they are doing well. Now, because you didn't till your own, you're calling them to come and own your land. You will work for them. They will repatriate your money to their land, and they will continue to prosper. You will continue to be in hell. Think God is going to save you? It's actually a curse for you not working. Go and read your Bible. But so by the time, that's why you see me careful. I'm not a big fan of foreign investors. I am not. You can participate in our destiny. Actually, I believe that that foreigner that you need is effort. Go and hire him to come and work for you. I'm not saying that the door should be closed. You want to do business in Nigeria? We're going to give you condition. You come and do business here, and we'll give you wife, or we'll give you husband. Stay with us. Enjoy our land. Stay there. That's what the British will do. They will encourage you. They give you citizenship, so you remain there. The last thing they want you to do is to repatriate the wealth. When you want to buy a house, you're happy because you're not going to carry the house away. How can the British people come to Nigeria? They don't build houses. They must build. You see, when I said to my people, that's why I was so angry with Panoshen in Ogara. I said, how can Panoshen come and do things and they didn't build their secretariat in the land? Because it's the secretariat that we're going to inherit. They took the secretariat to Benin. So they go to Benin, they come from Benin to come and work, to come and take oil in your land. You are a cost generation. You are cost. And unfortunately, I have to say this to you. You are cost. And we can turn this around right now. It's not too difficult. It's our approach to life. It's the things we choose to do. And I know, listen, I'm not angry with very many of you. Very many of you, I can understand. You guys are hustling. You're hungry. So because you are hungry, you're making some terrible decisions. But don't just understand that toffee ideology. All this, when you eat sugar is sweet too, when they pay belly. Have you seen most of us at our age now? We're not having diabetes. We don't have sugar problem. If you give me anything now, if I go say sugar day, you wash the rice well before I will eat it. Why? Because sugar is not good for you. Yeah, is it not tasty? Does it not taste better? But you now know that sugar is not good for your health. My guy, take a little bit of bitter leaf. You go see as your thing they stand for night. It is natural. It is nature. We're not going to buy our way. We're not going to eat sugar out of this poverty. We need to make some difficult decisions like this couple did. They could have stayed without having babies. Yet they decided to pound the wife for night. Even when the woman tired, he opened leg because he want baby. At the end, pregnancy came. The pregnancy was nursed for 9 months. Between life and death, this woman gave birth. A beautiful baby is born. And that's where the work actually began. They start to nurse them. You see the love they show these kids? They're going to nurse this kid. At the end of the day, they're going to send them to school. And at the end of the day, to the primary, to the secondary, to the university. And you're going to nurse them till they become a human being. But when they are now men, you see them calling you, Daddy, I'm coming home. Is there anyone anything? That is it, man. That is your profit. That is your profit. And that is what you should be looking at in life. Let us start today. And I'm going to bring this on a more practical terms for the rest of the broadcast. On these practical terms, I'm not going to look at the things that are alien to you. I'm not going to talk about agriculture. I've talked about agriculture, but let me tell you this. Agriculture is our greatest strength. Even as we have refineries refinery is just very small, very small. Agriculture is our greatest strength. Now, Tinubu, Peter Obi, Atiku, let me bring them. When people talk of agriculture today, you see, the man that was able to multiply the money, he used all means available. I'm sure if he had planted some stupid stuff, that thing would have also withered away. Productivity get to be boosted by all technology available. Technology is a gift to God from man, a gift from God to man. The knowledge is out there. Today, We no more need to be farming with cutlass and hoes. We need to do mechanized farming. That's the only way we're going to get to the promised land. That's the only way we're going to create heavens. Heavens is no more for those who are lily-hearted, stupid, primitive. No, heaven is going to be won by those who embrace technology, who embrace knowledge. Hello? In the past, we don't know how we don't even know we had liver. We didn't know we have kidney. We didn't understand how our inner body works. Now we know. Now you know. In case you don't know, now you know. Chanel, he said, now you know. So once you already know, you go back to not knowing. Now we know that we can farm with modern technology. AI is there to support us, that they are mechanized farming. That's what we're going to do. If we do that, we're not going to feed only Africa. When they have famine in Europe, we're going to give them food to eat. Is it a cost? Is it a must that one day we cannot supply food to Europe? Must they always give us aid? Because for everything they give, there's a blessing for them. And if we can give them, we'll be blessed too. This is how it works, bro. So now it's time for us to think different. It's time to now think of, okay, now we need to farm. And in this farming, let me put it this way. You can go and catch fish in the river. And you go there with your net. And you throw your net in your limited place. You catch 1 or 2 fishes. Hey, my guy. Imagine somebody that went with a boat, a fishing trolley, and throw net. You know how much fish it's going to get. And you think God is against that? That is the new way to go. And that is why we said the essence of God saying we should come together, which we have displayed in the Tower of Babel. Even at that moment, we threatened God. No matter who God said he was threatened. Imagine if we come together and we now, instead of me to go and fish, you go and fish here, you go and fish here, I won't support it. In the next coming days, I'll be preaching a very dangerous message, which is the Tower of Babel. And you could see that the essence of the Tower of Babel, really, that thing we call Tower of Babel, can better be explained by human beings coming together to form a government. I want you to listen to me. Tower of Babel is not 20 people or this one where they come and conspire against God. But God actually embraced the Tower of Babel. Look at it. We have all come together. Look at all the nations in Nigeria. We come together to form a country called Nigeria. We are now one. Meaning we now speak with one voice. If somebody attack you, he attack me. If we're using the same currency, we now share common destiny. That is the Tower of Babel. Nigeria is a tower created to create common prosperity. It's a good thing. We can then share. Don't use it as an opportunity to exploit others. Use it as an opportunity because it's the greatest thing you can do as human being, is to come together and share common destiny and share knowledge, share things. Like I said, I can say this. Coming together is the greatest thing. And I'm fighting for the United States of Africa. You know why? Because Africa being one, we're going to have one currency and we're going to compete with the rest of the world. That is Tower of Babel. That's the Tower which the Bible was describing. That when they came together, even God said, these people, if we leave them, they will be like us. We are using it well. Nigeria is a tower put together. Different people put together. The African Union is different people. The European Union is. The Union, the American is a union. They tell you the Union of the States of America. That's they call the United States of America. They could have stayed on their own, but they choose to come together. And if you touch America today, they bury you. They now have the military might. And that is not enough. They now combine with NATO. So anybody you touch one, they're going to descend on you. That's why Russia is careful. Nobody can try them. Union, Tower of Babel, power of people coming together. The only difference is this. Does these people understand that this tower is not meant to exploit one another, but to build us? Nigeria doesn't have equity right now. Nigeria does not understand this. And it is the action and inaction of people like this. You see, as it is Tinubu there, now only they speak Yoruba now, you know. He form a government, they form a government of Yoruba people. Go and look at how many people that are in Tinubu's government. They're all Yorubas. Buhari made his own. They're all Hausas. I can't wait to see Peter Obi's government. Probably going to have all Igbos. We've experienced it before. Don't forget, Nnamdi Azikiwe was the first president of Nigeria. And we saw what happened. Everything that happened went to the east. Even when we were all part of the eastern region, because the first eastern region, it carries all of us in the Midwest to down to the eastern region. But everything was in Enugu, was in the, that was where everywhere we're going. Hello? We need to stop it now. I'm talking history here. Nnamdi did the same thing that these two men will do now. And we know Atiku is a bigot. If you give Atiku power, it's going to be about the north. If you Buhari, Tinubu has displayed it. But you know the funniest thing? When you divide yourself inside the union, you're actually weakening yourself. It's only when you can carry everybody belong, that they feel sense of belonging, that you will get the best of everyone. And that is the same energy you need to prepare yourself. We need a leader that is not thinking Igbo, that's not thinking Yoruba, that's not thinking Hausa. We need a leader who thinks Nigeria, who thinks Africa. The Chris is one of them. If you see me, if you see the last presentation I made yesterday, I wept, I cried as somebody who comes from a nation that is deprived, that give everything to Nigeria. But I am careful because I look at the bigger picture. Will we not be better with the United States for Africa? Yes. Then why break Nigeria? That alone is what carries me on, that makes me want to remain in Nigeria. Not because of the way Tinubu has treated my people. Tinubu, the Yoruba man, has caused the confusion between the Yoruba and the Shekiris from day one. I wonder what they did. They are still there and they are enjoying it. Because when we are divided, they come and take oil. And that is it. But again, you know, we need a leader who sees Nigeria as one. We don't need an Hausa president. We don't need a Yoruba president. We don't need an Igbo president. We need a Nigerian president. I am not pleasant. Sometimes I touch on areas you don't want me to touch. But that's my job to do so. Now look at these three men as I put them before you. Anyone that is a bigot, kick him out. Alternatively, let me put it this way. If as of today, they choose to be a Nigerian, rather than being a Yoruba man, rather than being an Igbo man, rather than being an Hausa man, please, maybe my call to them is, if you guys change, we will embrace you more. Atiku, you came out and you were telling us, and nobody in my place know of Peter Obi, this and that, meaning you have impoverished your people, like I said. Now God will punish you. That's why you never become president. You demonic. You intentionally make your people poor so they don't get out to read and see the good and bad. Let them vote for you because they know you are the right candidate, not because you are an Hausa man. Let people vote for you, Tinubu, not because you are a Yoruba man. He's saying it's one of us. Now you are, Tinubu is even the worst. He's fighting everybody to make sure everybody be on his camp. You are demonic. We need a Nigeria running the affairs of Nigeria. That is when the tower part. And at the end of the day, we'll be fighting to achieve something great. And that's something we can achieve. So let's take a look at other areas quickly, and before we end this broadcast. We are getting there and we are almost there. I have only 10 minutes to go. So in these 10 minutes, I'm going to ask the most difficult question. And I did analyze some few things which I think we should really look at. You know, it is very, very, and I always say the ambition which I have, you know, I didn't want to have that. The ambitions of becoming a G8 nation, which is something I have, and it's something I know I'm going to achieve in my lifetime. It requires the creation of a disciplined, performance-based, state engineer production and organizes market. Let me tell you this. I gave an image of Nigeria that it is an engine just needing a kickstarter. Everything is there. You need a leader who can kickstart this, and the engine will keep running forever. Nigeria is set. You just need a kickstarter and somebody, a leader who will turn it. The kickstarter need to be put into the engine, and you need a leader who will turn it and hold it and say, no matter what happens, I'm here. The engine keep running. Peter, are you the one? Atiku, are you the one? Tinubu, are you the one? Or Nigerians, who is better fit for that job? Because this is not about pleasing me and you. It's about keeping the engine running. It's really that not so difficult. These people, sometimes they play on our intelligence. They tell me, if I think I vote for Boriwori because Boriwori is an honorable man, look at me well. I will vote against him. If I see an Igbo man that is going to do better than Boriwori, that Igbo man will give me a future for my children, which is the heaven I am creating, the heaven I am going to live in tomorrow. I may not be the physical one. My children living in heaven is me living in heaven. I may stop breathing, but I will come out earth in the nature of my children. Go and look at your children and you see yourself. Look at your children and you see yourself. Don't you want them to be in heaven? That's yourself in heaven. Your children in heaven is equal to you in heaven. So why are you worried about? And now the question is, who among these people is going to create heaven? Oboriwori is not the one. I will vote for him. But if Oboriwori is changed today, you have my support. If you now think of a Delta state that is productive, a Delta state with refineries, with market. In fact, that of Delta state is over blessing. God will never forgive anybody from Delta state that is poor. So when people pray to God, God is, that's why your cost is more. Because to them that is given most is expected. They gave you oil, they gave you beautiful land, water, sea, fish, everything is in Delta state. And you're hungry and you're calling on God. In fact, God go say, may they buy all these people. Go buy all of them now. Waste of space. Complete waste of space. And your leader is the contributor. And this is the reason why I'm saying this now. I'm going to bring it to the issue of leadership. Now, all these things we're talking about, you need somebody who understands all I've been saying. And say to people, hey, look at where we are. Because the Bible said, my people perish for lack of knowledge. Now, this is where we are. We need to get there. And we need to become like a Tower of Babel. We're going to come together. And we're going to be productive. And we're going to use what we have. We need to turn that engine on. The place is already set. You know, it's already set. We can now have. We can use our university. We can use the natural resources. We're not selling anyhow. This is what we're going to do. This is what the leader will do. And I don't mind if that leader is a dictator. You hear me? I don't need democracy. I need leadership. Hello? We don't need democracy. What we need is leadership. Because sometimes what may be democracy for you may be dictatorship for the others. Like I said, the king in England, nobody voted for him. But it's democracy. But my own will be, no, don't even go there. We need somebody that can carry our affair. I don't care whether it's periodic or not. It might be a king who will be there forever. I don't give a damn as long as he's doing the right thing. We are looking for one thing. The end. That's what I said. Look at the end. The end is to have a country. It's to have heaven. It's to turn Nigeria to heaven. And that's what we should be thinking. How do we make Nigeria heaven? The leader should only be asking us, will be telling us, we are going to make Nigeria heaven. We are not going to another place. So it's not the case of Israel where they are going to promised land. The promised land is there, but the promised land is not there. We need to bring out the promised land. We need to take the land, and the promise will come out. The promise is in the earth. You know, when we till the earth, the money will come out. It's just like when you plant. If we plant cassava, money will come out. If we fish, money will come out. If we do refinery, money will come out. If we do production, money will come out. If we make good movies, money will come out. We can turn Delta State to heaven, and nobody's going to do it for us. We need a Boriwori to understand that and begin to push us in the right direction. Like I said, Boriwori, if you like, stay there for thy kingdom come. Be the leader that nobody's changed. I don't care. I don't believe in this stupid democracy. I believe in leadership. Even changing hands every 4 years is even destructing it. Let somebody be there. Let him rule us. Don't give a damn. But let that person begin to understand where we're going. Moses was not changed with time. He was taking them to a promised land. It was when he made misbehave that God had to let him go, another person took over. So there will be that natural taking over. The king will die. Somebody else will take over. I don't give a damn. But now we can't go back. There's a guy that made a movie called, she called it what? Walking backwards. Can we walk backwards where we're coming from? The answer is no. But we now need to move forward. But we're not going to move forward without our past. That's why in my proposition of the new Nigerian state, I propose that we have the presidency at the federal level, we have the governors at the state level, and the kings at the local level. We don't need no local government chairman. There is no room for local government chairman in Nigeria today. It doesn't have a space. It is an insult to who we are, to our culture and tradition, and to the great things we can produce. Let us not take a look at that. Let us not speak grammar. Let us follow what is good for us. And if you're taking a look at that, let us not always say, you know, when laws are made, they are not made because, oh, okay, wait, why did they say people should vote? Why is your vote important? Why are you given the opportunity to vote? So that you can choose a leader for yourself, a leader that is good for you. Now, supposing you have a king who is a good leader and you want him to remain there, that's your choice. You have already voted. So it is not true that the way we were selecting leaders is not democracy. It was our will. Democracy is about the will of the people. And as long as the king is selected based on our will, not some of them, most of them are imposed on us. And it is even these politicians these days that are imposing it. In those days, if you be king, you buy the post, you will die. Those of them when you still position, say now the king, una go die. And maybe the death we're talking about now, it may not be you that will die. It will be the cost will be on your children. Have you not seen that? It has happened a couple of times. And I really pray that we come to a stage where we can understand what democracy truly means. I want to try and end this show because my uncle is calling. I'm sure I've done something wrong. When a man is calling me and then he's telling me you can't do certain things. So I'm going to try and rest my case a little bit. I'm going to rest my case, you know, and in a very calm way. And I'm going to beg you people to say, Nigeria is ready to move. This election is not a curse. Rather, it's a blessing. But we're going to do this. We're going to do it well. We're going to select a leader that can pick, that can represent us. But the rudiment or the element, the reason why you are selecting that person should and must be because he's going to take us to make Nigeria heaven. Simple. Not because he's from your tribe. Because if an Igbo man will make Delta State my tribe, my heaven, that is the person I need. Not a Oboriwori who's not thinking well. If Oboriwori does turn around and say, now we're gonna go that way, I'll be supporting him. The aim for me that decrease is please give me heaven. Oh, let me repeat that. Tinubu, what I want is Obaba, give me heavens. And the heaven is in Nigeria there already. We just need to carve it out. The way the people carve heaven out of America, the way Japanese carve heaven out of Japan, the way the Chinese have carved heaven out of Chinese, that's how we're going to carve heaven out of Nigeria. So the mission is what? Is to turn Nigeria into heaven. Like God said, He created the heavens and the earth. But He's no more creating heavens. It is not left for us to create our heavens. And heaven is not where you die, you die, you're gone, you're going into the ground. But because you give birth in birth, your children inherit the new earth. The Bible doesn't make mistake. Whoever teaches you rubbish, they tell you you're going to go to heaven when you die. Where? When you die, you're gone. When you die, you're gone. But you are not really gone because you have reproduced yourself. Your children will now live on like you. It is you, it's your body that is being produced. How can you get that wrong? May God bless every man that have produced and that is willing to produce. And if you have not, try and produce something. Reproduce yourself on earth so that you will be partaker of the new kingdom. The new kingdom is here. The heaven we're talking about is here. Some people will not see heaven, and the people that will not see heaven are the unproductive people. They won't see heaven. I show you here the image. These are the people that will not see. Let me show you again. These people, they won't see heaven. Let me go back here. This is very important. The people that will not see heaven, it's not those. It's the people will not see heaven. The people you see on this side that choose not to give birth, they won't see heaven. They will die and they will be gone. But these people that give birth to children, their children will continue to build and continue to brood, and they will continue to live in a better nation. Let us understand that heaven is here. Heaven is not when you die. And even you are not the physical, it's not Christian that will inherit it. Even our children give us credit. They answer our name. I'm not answering Ashaiku. The Ashaiku is gone. Oh. His body is gone. But I represent him. I'm him. In case you don't know, I'm Ashaiku. And I answer the name. I live his dream. He wants it better. So please, let us do that. Let us create a better future. Let's create heaven for our children. Let's not wait for another heaven that's going to come. I'm going to try and end the show here today because I've been talking on a little bit tired. And I'm going to do this again tomorrow. And I'm going to say this, please. The election is around the corner. We need anyone among these people who can make Nigeria a productive nation. Not personal, not tribe, not this. And like I said, we need to think as one now. We need to think as the Tower of Babel. And as the Tower of Babel, we are stronger than when I talk as an Yoruba man, than when you talk as an Igbo man, than when you talk as an Hausa man. We are stronger when we talk as Nigeria. Don't make no mistake about it. We're actually stronger when we talk as African because we're going to be stronger. Nobody can touch us. So that is something we need to decide. Once we understand that, then we now need to pick somebody who understands this and begin to push us in that direction. Kwame Nkrumah had a dream. That's why anything I do, when I remember Kwame Nkrumah, I'm careful. When I remember what Marcus Garvey worked for, I am careful because they had a dream. The dream of Marcus Garvey is what you're living today. Before Marcus Garvey came on earth, we were in bondage. You know what's called bondage? Africa was not free. Marcus Garvey said Africa must be free. Give Africa to us. Because this Africa is mine. Today, Africa is now in the hands of your own people. Should Tinubu or any of these idiots hold it on rampage again and destroy what Marcus Garvey has created, I refuse to be part of that. I share Marcus Garvey's dream. I share Kwame Nkrumah's dream. Africa is going to come back as one. And in one mighty blow, we're going to defend ourselves. And we're going to create heaven in Africa. The way Europeans have created their heaven, the Americans have created the heaven. Africa will have their heaven. And because Africa is so blessed, our heaven will be unique. That's why I'm going to end the show. Thank you very much for joining me. It's a very difficult day, a very difficult topic as well. So I don't expect you to grab it all. But you can go back and watch this show again and again, and you'll get the best. And for those of you just joining me for the first time, I'm going to say to you, you need to now start subscribing to this channel. Because in the coming days, you're going to see that the priest coming out to see himself. Now, I'm not talking about myself. I'm going to talk about me and the new Nigeria. Let me tell you this. The reason I came out and I became a broadcaster was because the people I put in front of this camera at the beginning, they didn't do the job. So I was forced to come out. Now, I'm looking at Peter. I'm looking at Tiku. I'm looking at Tinubu. If they don't come out and represent me, I'm going to come out. And that's why I'm coming out. Thank you very much. My name is Daddy Chris. In the coming days, you will see my campaign proper. But let's talk about 2027. Let us get the best what we can make for 2027. Because whatever they do will affect whatever I can do tomorrow. God bless you. And God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Stay blessed. I'll be here again tomorrow. My name is Daddy Chris. And this is State of the Nation on SRTV. Bye for now.
Find your sanctuary in the heart of the city. Live the life you deserve in an exquisite apartment. SRTV Luxury Shortlet Apartment, Lagos, is a place where your comfort is rest assured. Welcome to SRTV Shortlet Apartment, part of the prestigious SRTV Real Estate family. Why choose us? Prime location, nestled in the heart of Lagos, close to key attractions, business hubs, and vibrant nightlife. Modern interiors, fully furnished, stylish apartments designed to provide the ultimate comfort. Luxury redefined, vacation perfected. 24/7 security. Enjoy peace of mind with round-the-clock security and CCTV surveillance. Top-notch amenities, high-speed Wi-Fi, smart TV, air conditioning, fully equipped kitchen, and lots more. Perfect for business travelers, family vacations, romantic getaways, special events, and more. Book your stay today and experience Lagos like never before. Call +234 8143 582856 or +447 4388 93190 or email us at realestate@superior.
I am still here. I don't know why, but for some reason now